Founded 18 years ago, SiMX is in the data processing business. We build complex, robust data processing systems very quickly. We're able to do this because we have a platform called Target, and it's made up of a set of high-level objects that we'll get into on one of these next slides here. So I want to show you who our customers are. It's a pretty diverse group. The biggest section are technology companies that reincorporate our software into their technology or services. We also have a growing presence in government data processing work and medical processing, and a big slice of financial services data processing, in particular insurance companies and collection agencies. These are some of our clients. In addition to these very large customers, we also have some smaller customers as well. Here you see each of the Target components in Integrator. And I'll start here on the left with SiMX Text Converter. This is available both within Integrator and the Target suite and as separate standalone software. And it's used to extract data from documents and put it into a structured form. We have a set of processing components that are only available as part of the Target suite for scripting, mapping, browsing data. We have a reporting component that's sold separately called Target Reports. It allows you to produce complex document-based reports. We have some delivery components for emailing out these reports. And we have something called Portal Designer that allows you to build a web-based application for controlling and viewing your data processing. So you can build dashboards, and you can also build controlling applications for the data processing. The beauty of Integrator and the Target suite is you can connect these components, variables, just by dragging a line from one component to the next. Here you're looking at SiMX Text Converter's user interface, and in particular you're looking at the use of artificial intelligence to extract fields and records from a document automatically. So you can see it's identified this multi-line record, and it's identified the fields that contain values that vary and the fields that contain labels that are static. Through the UI you can easily change those between fields and labels, and then those fields appear here in the input dictionary, and in this case many of them are propagated to the output dictionary either by direct connection or through script. This is the user interface to Target Reports, and here what you're looking at is a document, and we've created a crosstab report within that document. We could easily add a pie chart, a table, text, graphics, anything else to that report. Here are a few of the projects that we've done over the years. We've done hundreds of these projects. I've just selected these 8 here at random to give you an idea of the diversity of projects. I'm not going to read the slides here on the screen, but you can see all different industries, all different processes, and I'll go into some of these here in more detail now. This one is the accounts receivable platform. It's actually the full core processing platform for a collection agency, Smythe. And these are some of the screens that are used every day, both for management reporting and for the daily activity of the collection agency. They're fully interactive and coupled to the back-end data processing system. And this is what this looks like in Integrator. You can see each of these tiles represents an interactive screen. There are some text converter data processing components here in the corner, and there's a whole nother set of data processing components in a separate Integrator project for this particular application. What you're looking at here is an order management system for a brokerage firm. This gives you an idea of how robust the Target platform is. In this case, actual values being traded through this client-server application, and millions of dollars flow through this every day in real trades. Now, these are workflows for one of our large insurance clients, and these workflows were actually built by the client themselves. So the insurance agency creates these projects, and they really like the Target platform because they don't need to go to the IT department. The data experts themselves can actually build these workflows, bring data in from the different units, and arrive at the information that they need for compliance and for management of those insurance units. When you have as many workflow projects as this large insurance company does, you need a platform to execute them in. For that reason, SiMX created AutoMan, an automation manager platform. We built this in Integrator, And you can see a generic version of it here. It's the large window on the right side of the screen. In this example, we've grouped together 6 different projects. You can see each project has its own progress bar and its own status. And you can click through on the project to open up the actual integrator project even while it's running. The group, of course, has its own progress bar, and as the group runs, every step within every workflow shows here in the log. If there's an error, that log can light up red or trigger an email or do whatever action is necessary. It's a full enterprise level tool, and it supports deployment from development through staging and into production. It also supports data source adaptation as you move from one set of databases to another as you promote the software. And because it's built in Integrator, you can see the project here. It's a pretty simple project. It can be reconfigured and customized for whatever application you need. And here's an example of a customization for utility bills. This customer needed to process their utility bill data as soon as that data was ready. Speed was very important because the sooner they could start the processing, the sooner they could finish the processing and print the bills and get revenue in for the utility company. The application can be started from a smartphone, an iPhone or an Android phone, by clicking a big green start button. Or it can be started from a PC with a somewhat more sophisticated interface where you can check off the stages of the process that you want or the sections of data that you want processed. And as each portion of the process runs, the time required to complete that process is filled in the interface. 4R automation is the productization of the most common workflow that we see from our clients. So in this product workflow, you see data coming in from a data source, email, FTP, web scraping, whatever the data source is, comes together. Some data may require OCR processing, and other data may actually already have text in it. Text converter then processes that data and puts it into a structured form. In some cases, that's all you need. Now you have your structured data, and you could process it. In most cases, there's a reconciliation process. Something has to happen with that data. It goes into a database. If it's an invoice, it needs to trigger a payment. If it's a packing list, it needs to trigger a shipping, receiving, something like that. Then produce reports, both about the data processing itself and the content of the data. All of these steps are available through a web application. The data upload, the process control, and the interactive reporting can all be done browser-based, intranet or extranet. SiMX is a Microsoft certified partner. All of our components are COM servers. You can communicate with those COM servers from any Windows programming language, and we comply with all of the open Microsoft requirements. We follow all the rules, and our stuff works correctly. Look at the architecture. It's a fairly standard architecture. Target runs as an application server, COM server, connects to the database through OLEDB. We also support legacy ODBC drivers, and in some cases we've built native APIs for enhanced performance to connect to the database. Portal Designer runs as an IS API extension to IIS. It runs right there on the Microsoft Web Server IIS, and it supports all the major browsers, Chrome, IE, Firefox, and all the current technologies.